Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? We got the reset with Rain and Remixx. What's going on, y'all?
Hey, what's up? What's going on? Shop Talk with Mel. Excited to get it jumping off 2021 and reset.
Okay.
You know,
You good?
yeah.
I'm happy y'all back on the scene in your lap for those who may not remember or was missing y'all. Like I was missing y'all. So we got the hip hop specialist. So I'll introduce you to that is Rain with the red on.
That's right.
Yeah, for the viewing audience. And then we got Remixx over there. Is that? I know that's not Browns, is it?
No, it's orange though.
There we go. There we go. We got Mixx with the orange on. Mixx, Rain, what's new before we get into this hip hop culture?
Well, the reset is new. You know, we're going with the whole concept, the global reset, you know, all about politics. And if you don't, we will be discussing it because that's what being a hip hop head is all about. So we're resetting everything as far as if you go on YouTube, look up Rain and Remixx or maybe Google in your lap and search it, you'll see our first show. So we decided to start this show like we did our very first episode of In Your Lap, which was a live broadcast on Ustream when Ustream was popular.
Yeah, Ustream.
Just sat back next to each other just like this and press play and see where it's going to go. That's what this is all about. So that's what's new. The new audience, new conversation, and being down with Shop Talk with Mel, being able to access us like that. Hey, we with it. We want to unite and come together, make this happen.
What's happening in the ATL?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, I'm surprised you ain't been down here to visit us yet.
I'm gonna come, but see, they got the COVID now.
Yes, it's true.
So I'm like, see, I heard down there in the ATL, people just still partying and stuff.
You got your mask on, you good. See me, I wear gloves when I go out. With my mask on, you see I got on long sleeve. Well, let me throw my hood on, you know what I'm saying? Right. With my mask on.
Right.
So my gloves.
Right, you ready. But I'm definitely coming to check you guys out. I know you guys had a lot going on. I want to say, what was it, 2018?
Yeah. And
19.
2019, because that's when it slowed up on us and COVID came around. And during that time, we was getting our In Your Lap app put together. And we was going to reboot it, but the pandemic did shut down that aspect of the radio station, our app. You know, so we want to get back in touch with the people, more personal, like we started. If we end up back on radio strong again, that's fine. But right now, we're going to start this conversation through this.
Yeah, let's go with the hip hop.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go with the hip hop. Like I am a hip hop lover. Always like hip hop. I know that you was always in the hip hop culture. You and Mixx with the whole culture. A lot of people don't understand where it stemmed from. I'm gonna fast forward and you guys, you got to follow them. You definitely got to follow them. In Your Lap, the reset with, if you look behind me, with Rain and Remixx. Follow them if you want to be educated on the culture and the music of hip hop. Now, we know the hip hop started in New York. That was like where it was at. But I had to get my West Side Connect hookup on. Remember that?
I see you. That's what you repping. Okay.
That's what I'm repping right now.
Set tripping myself.
You're such a
Okay, y'all crazy.
You over here?
I like bright colors. Y'all know that.
You're just like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do.
Right. So you know, with the Hip Hop Declaration of Peace, those 18 principles, when you read them, they'll tell you, I think it's the 9th principle that lets you know what a hip hop culture specialist is. It's not something to just call yourself. You gotta have a resume, you gotta prove you've been holding it down. That's what we do in Atlanta. When they want that fresh, real hip hop, they call it Rain and Remixx. You know, they would like us to host events and stuff. This was before COVID. Now the indie artists are doing those live shows from home, you know, those digital shows from home using mediums like aftonshows.com or Afton Shows. If any artists are watching, AFTON is a good booking agent for any independent artist. And they're doing shows right from your living room, right from your garage, you know, and you can sell your tickets and still go hard, you know.
That's the way it used to be. Rain, do me a favor, turn your mic up.
Okay.
Or speak a little louder.
Okay. We'll talk
we got
louder.
Streaming from different places. We doing it all. And you know, it's interesting that you would say that, like from your garage and you know, from your home. That's how it used to be.
Right.
And now
Right.
it's like we going right back into that. You know, you had the studio the whole night. I had a lovely engineer, and now I'm the engineer.
Right.
Down at the radio station, I had somebody else to do all this stuff. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. How do I do this? But getting back into the roots of everything. We started off, for those who don't know, that's like your millennials that don't know, that was Grandmaster Flash that we came into, the intro to Grandmaster Flash. So
right.
I gotta know your history, but if you don't, Raina Remixx got you covered.
Right.
Let's go into the Salt and Pepper movie, the film. We'll just do just a few clips. When you watched that, how did you feel?
I thought it was great to see the ladies get a chance to tell their story before they pass away. That's the main thing that I thought was different with TLC and a lot of the other artists being able to see themselves and their story being told on prime time, not just even
I'm
on
gonna
a big
cut you
screen.
off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut you off because as a movie critic, myself, I would have wanted the Salt and Pepper movie to be like any favorite movie you ever saw. It wasn't. I ain't gonna say the budget was low. I mean, it's Salt and Pepper. They were supposed to go in. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna tell the history, tell it right and use the money, because that's how you tell the history. It's somebody with money.
Mm-hmm.
You can't come half do it. You know, like, but it was a good movie. I watched the whole movie, but as a critic, being a critic on the movie, breaking it down, they should have put a couple more dollars into it, and I bet it would have had a more of a. I bet if you ask your kids about the Salt and Pepper movie, they don't know. I bet they don't know.
They don't. And you have a point. I think that we kind of appreciated it. Mm-hmm. And some of the stuff that wasn't shown, we knew because we lived it. Versus somebody else actually viewing it, like a millennial viewing it and like, okay, I missed it. Now, to my understanding, Pep was they wanted it on the big screen. And then COVID came, so they wasn't able to have it. And I think on the big screen, it probably would have gave us a little bit more.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then they wouldn't have had that budget. Although I thought Lifetime did a good job, and it showed how they were, their friendship evolved, you know, how they were friends and how they met. Mm-hmm. Now, you saw the controversy that's out there. I know you guys as hip hop connoisseurs, and especially as y'all already know, y'all saw where Spinderella was talking about, well, they felt that she was left out. But I thought in the movie they put her in there. She wasn't the original. She wasn't LaToya.
Right. And that's what a lot of people, I mean, I helped that even come out because I'm not sure if LaToya got to speak on it, but Spinderella and that beef between them, we know it's been going on for a long time. So that's why it's so important to keep good relationships. You know me, I'm going to always turn it around. Good relationships, make that peace, get that forgiveness going, because you don't know in the future when that project go come back up.
Okay.
And now they're telling their story. They
were able to tell it.
Right. And if you're not included in that, there's nothing you can really do about it. You know what I mean? And that's the same with the TLC story. There are plays in Atlanta. There are other people who want to tell that story. And they do. And even Left Eye's sister, Rain, wanted to tell her version of her sister's story. So that's how it is. So Spinderella might be on to something. I'm like Wendy Williams. Get your manager. Do you have a screenplay of your point of view as the female DJ? That's another good story. You know.
Now you know what? Since you brought up, and we know that she's a DJ, and tell her story. Is it going to be boring?
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like it's gonna be boring. So down there in the ATL, she's a DJ now, and she does do parties, but she's doing old school parties. Like her music is old school music. So, you know, I had said on another show, I think on ShopTalk, I was like, you know what? If she want to be relevant, because now it's just Spinderella from Salt and Pepper. That's all we know. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if I had her DJ a party, she's gonna have to come up with the new hip hop too. She can't just stay stuck unless I'm having an 80s party. So she has to make herself relevant. Am I right or wrong?
She got to play that Big Sean, that Nicki Minaj, that Megan Thee Stallion. She got to spin those. Drake. She got to put that in there, or she's gonna be left in the 80s, in the 90s.
Yeah, grow with it. And I don't know. There's nothing wrong with also mentoring other DJs, starting a conglomerate. Okay. There's so much more you can do. You know,
but you know
when I look at the artists, go ahead.
Go ahead.
When I look at the seasoned artists, I always wonder why that never comes. I mean, like, everybody's not a teacher. Everybody don't have to have the same desires of what to do with it, but there's other things to do. Long story short, many other ways to get that off. And Spinderella, she deserves that. So we hope she overcomes this battle. Doesn't have to do the lawsuit, feeling left out. It's hard, you know, to be left out in the music industry is a very popular coat to wear. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So
it definitely is that. And just like Mix was saying, you gotta bring that Megan Thee Stallion, bring, you know, Big Sean. You gotta bring that in and still go back. You could go back, but you have to make a name just to say, okay, well, I got this name right now, and I'm just gonna ride off the title, because that's what I was seeing. You're gonna ride off Salt and Pepper's back, but you mad. And it's like, okay, that's Spinderella from Salt and Pepper. I'm not a what's that line? I'm not a girl, but I'm a girl DJ. I'm Spinderella, not a fella, but a girl DJ.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that's cool, but where's Salt and Pepper at? Like, let people know what you're capable of, and not just standing back there spinning records. Mix, I'm still thinking about what you said. She representing the East Coast, I'm representing the West Coast. Yeah, that's hilarious. Like, I know I got some gear up in this month. We ain't giving up. See, that's what Spin need to do. Spin need to bring it, spin it. She need to spin it.
Yeah, she need to reset. She
definitely need to reset, you know. And that's another thing, to elaborate more about being a hip hop head in a hip hop culture, which we've lost these aspects. But you got to know the latest news. You got to know what Trump's doing right now. You got to know what Cardi B's doing right now, whether you like it or not. You got to know that this animal is extinct in Australia. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how deep the Pacific Ocean is, or that Pacific and Atlantic don't mix. Did you know that the Pacific and Atlantic Ocean, right where they meet, their waters don't mix?
They don't mix.
And they're flowing in a different direction.
Mm-hmm. I didn't.
Woo! You know.
See, that's why y'all do what y'all do. Educate the people.
You got to be well read to be in hip hop culture, and that's what we was known for. And once we set that platform, that allowed them to use it against us. Because now that we got that platform, our community believes in every word we say. You know, you know what I mean?
And that's the issue.
You know,
that's the issue, because people don't want to read it for themselves.
Right.
People don't want to read it for themselves. They just hear what you have to say, and then they go with it as law. Like, I be calling it like the Facebook prophets. They hear it on Facebook, they be like, that's it. Like, that's law. Right. Like, anybody can put that in there, even just like Google. You Google a lot. We could put some information in Google, and we know that our stuff is legit. Mm-hmm. But some people just putting anything, and then they believe in it. And it's like, no, you need to know the culture. And then you got these people that just want to go in upstairs, turn the studio from the bathroom. You seen Salt and Pepper, they had the bathroom where they was recording their stuff from. They taking it all the way back. You know what I mean? So you got people just up there like, yeah, I'm a rapper, calling themselves a rapper, but that's earned. So I want you, you guys to just go ahead, let people know what hip hop is. Start that route.
Hip hop itself is a culture. It is based upon 9 to 10 elements, which include beatboxing. There's an art aspect, which is the graffiti. There's a dance aspect. What's most important is entrepreneurialism is a part of hip hop culture. Rap music was created by the hip hop culture. That's nothing to debate it, because so was gangster rap. You know what I'm saying? Not the terms, but we have to take ownership and responsibility to the things we've done, the things we've allowed. And then if all, we got to take the best of it. And you know what I'm saying? So the Black man and woman got a chance to express themselves in the urban areas. And not only that, it crossed over the oceans, over the seas to other countries where people in poverty was able to express themselves through poetry and rhyme. Rhythm and poetry.
You talking about hip hop?
You talking about hip hop? What you think?
Now, ain't that powerful? They talking about hip hop at the late president's inauguration. Now, why would they be talking about Wu-Tang Clan and the Jewels? For all of you hip hoppers that like good music, y'all need to check out the Jewels. Just like I said it got Killer Mike in the group. But back to the inauguration, hip hop has made itself so relevant that it is across the country, overseas, but yet here in America, they using the lyrics, the bars from these MCs, so we can relate. Ain't that deep?
It's very
now, it ain't street talk, it's hip hop.
It's hip hop. A culture.
The culture.
And people are embracing it. More people are embracing it now. Before it was like, oh, turn that off. That's junk. What they talk about, and it's like, hold on a minute. Because remember, even like what Rain was talking about, like the spoken word, it was poetry. And they did poetry to music. And then all of a sudden, like, bam, here we go.
Right. And so I noticed it fresh and new, even on the Super Bowl, even on the commercials. Who was that? One of the phone companies always getting a fresh beat to introduce their new apps or whatever, or when a phone comes out. I forgot which one it is, Samsung, or if it's the iPhone. Fresh beats. I always do a little freestyle when they come on, And a couple times they picked a couple tracks that I was interested in licensing. But my whole point is, it's still relevant, like they said back in the day. First they said it wasn't gonna last, but then it's still being used as a great tool today. Many artists getting paid through movie soundtracks. They're still using that hip hop for that urban scene in the movies. Unfortunately, we don't like it, but that's business, big business. We got to remember when we're dealing with entertainment, the industry.
Yes. I want to start. I want to start by saying the griots. Are you familiar with the griots?
The griots?
No. The griots, it was the historical account of rap traced back all the way back in time, where it was groups of people in West Africa who would actually rap to beats. And that's what it was called, sparse instruments and rhythmic instruments and beats. And they will call it griots. And we had to figure out where, the rap came from, like,
I seen some stuff too. I saw it was like 1940s. I wanted to say it was the 1800s, but there were, it was old. And it was groups who were rapping, I want to say African-American groups that were rapping. They even had symbology in it that we see today. They had women in there, already scantily clad, I call it. That whole thing that we saw come has been done before. So it was actually a repeat.
Absolutely.
And so I was really shocked to see that. It taught me a lot. There's a lot to learn in hip hop. The main thing I want to take from it for the youth is the words. How words have changed, how words have personalities, and over the years.
And how we change the narrative. And how we change the narrative to words. Because, even now, some people feel like, okay, they're changing the narrative to a lot of things that are going on to make it fit what you're trying to do, to make it benefit you. Because even with the word nice, we changed the narrative. The word nice actually meant unaware, ignorant. Now the word nice is be kind. So the narrative had changed many years ago, but I chose that word because it's an easy word, and we like, be nice. So do you really want people to be ignorant? No, but we changed the narrative to make it work for us, which will put us on to my next topic with rap music with nigga. Okay, so let's talk about
that. That's just exactly like what the word you just said. Nice.
Changing the narrative.
Nigga, nagger, negra, however we would say it over the years, over the cultures, over the races.
This is gonna be good.
It is the same meaning, which was king. N-A-G-G-A. Naga is the same word for king. And so naga, nigga, all has walked many paths. Many paths. When we know that Negro is the word for black in Spanish.
Okay.
We have to understand that this comes before the white man, before slavery, I'll say. And so, yeah, so that's one thing. And then also when our country took the time out to put the word nigger in a casket and had the black leaders carrying the casket and burying the word nigger. But they really was burying a king. Really not so, but you got, like you said, the narrative had changed. So, but you can never tell the people how to talk. You cannot tell me.
Pronunciation is everything. Because then you got nigger means an ignorant person.
Yeah, you don't call me that.
Right. So why claim it? You know what I mean? You got so many people like, oh, did you call me that? Why accept it? Why claim it? Because they don't understand. Like, your pronunciation is off.
Let the black man help. I'm gonna help y'all a little bit. I am a black man. My friends, my kids, my mama call me nigga. Only because I am that they need. That's my nigga. It's a difference. My homie in the streets, he got my back. That's my nigga. That's not a nigger.
Right.
That's not a Negro. That's my nigga. He can have all the money in my pocket. Do you see what I'm saying? That's a king. He hang with another king, and I be his nigga. Now, for those that want to use the word, you got to be careful who you use it to, because I don't think somebody of a different race can be that cool with me and not call me a nigga. He can't. Not that I'm cool and I'm myself, I'm just genuinely me. He can't call me and be like, hey, what's up, my nigga? Nope. That don't work like that.
Even if he says my nigga and not my nigger.
No, he gotta be the same color as me to call me a nigga. That's straight up.
Okay, so is it the pronunciation?
Yeah, it's the pronunciation and whose mouth it derives from. Now, you can be in the streets and somebody can be saying, hey, who that nigga over there? Oh, that'll start a whole bunch of trouble. Because everybody finna look. Who we talking to? You know what I'm saying? Versus, I'm walking with my peoples. And I turn to him like, man, nigga, I love you, man. You know what I'm saying?
So it's in the context in which it's used.
And who say it?
And who say it?
And who say it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, this need to be on brown skin. We need to have this on brown skin.
I mean, when y'all said it, I'm like, because as a black male, the word sometimes offends people. But like the rest in peace, Bernie Mac, I like to call myself a rapper like Bernie Mac. I like to say stuff that people ain't finna say. But at the same time, not everybody can say that. Not everybody can use that word in their daily context. That's a thin line. It is. It's so thin that maybe we should all stop using it. Because if they want to bury it, well, let's dig up some other stuff and exit off too and put it in that same casket that they put the word nigga in.
All right, what other word would you say? What other word would you say need to go into that casket and bury it?
Oh, I like to do if. I don't use that. That's like a word.
If was a fifth, we all be drunk.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work.
What about passive verbs like could?
Yeah.
Would.
Yeah.
And should.
Supposed to.
I heard that those was nigger words, slave verbs, because when you could, you didn't move. Would, you didn't move. Should, you didn't move. And it's these certain verbs that have no movement. And they said that was also.
And verbs are action.
Okay.
Right.
But I should have got up.
Y'all preaching.
Okay. Put that, throw it in the grass, throw it in the casket.
I like that.
What else? What else is going on?
Bitch.
Baby mama
Put
and baby daddy.
Put bitch in there. Because that word, nobody should use that. No human man, no human person, unless you're referring to the dog. Nah, you can't call my female
But
dog that.
that's the meaning of bitch.
But
Female
if
dog.
I had a little girl dog, we're not gonna run around here calling her bitch.
You won't?
No. I had a female dog, her name was Baby Girl.
That's what you called her, Baby Girl?
Baby Girl. No, she's pretty too.
He's so sweet. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you can't do that.
But that is the true definition of that word. And see, that's another thing. Here we go with context and culture.
Okay.
Bitch means female dog, which means that's not a bad word. Like ass, not a bad word. You know, we grew up learning words and we'd be like, well, it's in the Bible. And we think, you know, when we found out these words was in there, we said, that's not a bad word. And we based it on that.
We changed the narrative in the way that it was delivered.
Right. So that's
it was all in the context in which it was used.
Any other words in the casket?
You said baby mama in the casket?
Put that away. And baby daddy, oh, that changed our life forever.
Yeah, that ain't.
We should have came up with something slicker.
Y'all
my baby's mama.
Man.
Instead of baby's mother, my child's mother.
The partner. The parents, co-parent. Whatever they call it.
Like that's the co-parent. That's the other parent.
Yeah.
Mix, come on, Mix, weigh in on this.
I don't like that word either. I don't like that. Like
do you feel as though it's disrespectful?
The whole parenting thing, the man babysitting his baby, all that, the baby mama. I don't like that.
I just like, that's another topic. This is brown skin, that would be, because we were having an issue about when the man is babysitting. It's his kids. Why is it called babysitting?
It's not. He's parenting.
Mm-hmm. See,
that's the way I felt with we're gonna bring Wendy in on this one. We're gonna bring Wendy Williams in on this because she was down and around and was covering the hip hop industry and all the business of the people. When her ex-husband Kelvin clapped back from her the biopic that she had, and he ended up clapping back, saying that the girl, the other woman, I'm just gonna say the other woman was taking care, try to dog Wendy and say, well, she was at work, but her son was sick, but who was taking care of him was the other woman. I had to respond to that one. I said, wait a minute, that child was with you. You're his parent. That other woman was stepping in your stead.
Right.
So y'all equal. It's like the mother, y'all 50-50, the mother, the father, you're 50-50. And why is it that the mother has to be there when the child is sick and she can't be at work? And that's what he tried to say. He was like, well, Sharina, that's her name. She's real popular now since the other most famous other woman besides Monica Lewinsky.
Right.
In the hip hop world. She said you she was like, well, she was taking care of your son while you was at work. No, you're 50% the parent, so she don't have to be there because he's with his parent. So she just picked up your slack and was with you. And I didn't like that. And I'm like, how you gonna clap back on that? And you're his parent. So at least one of the parents were there. Now, if he wasn't there, then it's like, okay, well, you busy working and nobody's there, like a grandmother or cousin or somebody is with the child. That's different. But you're a parent, so get out of here. That was a sorry clapback. I was like, oh, sorry, you are the father.
Right.
That's a sorry clapback.
Yep. Well, they don't got nothing else to go off of with that one. You already know.
But he actually called himself clapping back, talking about the movie. You made yourself look real foolish because you're 50% related to that child as well. And why is it that we always think that the mother is supposed to be the one to come to nurture and the father don't? No, the father does too.
Right.
So I'm with Mix on that. Babysitting, you don't babysit your child, you have your child. Am I babysitting mine? Are we babysitting? You know what I mean? Like, no.
Right. I forgot who brought it up. It was a topic a couple weeks ago. They was talking about this babysitting term. So
how do you feel about the new hip hop versus the 90s hip hop?
I think it's a little bit wild. It's reflective to the world we live in today. It's very reflective.
With a smile.
I mean, the music has to grow. I don't know. I don't think that I have anything right now to say against it that we wouldn't have said back then, because negative energy, negative words, negative is negative.
See, I'm Bernie Mac. I'm that you ain't gonna hear too often.
Okay.
Some of this need to stop.
But hasn't it always been like that?
And somebody should have said some of this need to stop then. Like, I ain't never heard nobody say that some of this need to stop. It do though. It do.
But art is art.
The fact that, you know, some of the things that we accept is a non-normal thing. But if don't nobody say you came on here, Mel, how you did, you know, the pre-down, you was making sure the lighting was right or whatever. Just imagine if we wouldn't have communicated to make sure your levels was right. How you told us to turn our mic up and they couldn't have heard us. Imagine how I'm gonna call it the publication of going forward of something that looks like it don't sound.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Like it don't sound. You looking at it like, why this don't look like it sound? That's what's wrong. Hip hop is on a nice, steadily incline. It's across the world. It's everywhere. But if it's so much of a culture, where the rules at? Who reading the hip hop culture declaration of peace to understand that, okay, I'm supposed to do this in my community because I'm able and willing and not shoulda and not coulda. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of that lacking. Like, you don't get me wrong, we got, you know, now in 2021, you got all these entrepreneurs, I'm gonna call them, and they doing all these business endeavors. That's not hip hop. That's not hip hop. Mm. But they're going around saying that the hip hop community is killing each other. That ain't hip hop though. That's the entrepreneurs of the world. That's the millennials that's doing the business, that's coming to Atlanta, that's getting gunned down at the clubs, that's going on social media, letting them know, hey man, I'm scared for my life, man. Something ain't right. Because something is not right.
Something is not right.
Something ain't right. Something ain't right. The boy on here is snitching. He go to jail. He get out.
Well, what's his name? Takeshi? Is that Takeshi 69? Is that the little boy?
I ain't saying who I'm talking about.
I know, because you know that's what I do.
It ain't right. It ain't right.
Right.
So now the lady, you know, with the killing, it's really gotten bad, you know.
Absolutely, and it shouldn't be in the category of hip hop because that's not hip hop. And most of those people don't even know when hip hop month is or hip hop week is.
Right, they don't even care. They don't care.
Go ahead. Will you let the people know when hip hop week is?
It is May, the third week of May. You said the week, right? Yep. Mm-hmm. Third week of May 3rd is Rap Day. Mm-hmm. You know, and then the third week of May is Hip Hop Appreciation Week. November, Hip Hop History Month, and hip hop's birthday is celebrated August 13th. Mm-hmm. Around then. Also in November, there's a date where you can celebrate your birthday. I think it's the 12th, but it's was it Kool Herc's sister's birthday? When Kool Herc first did a break, brought the album in, and then spin in a break beat. They marked that the birthday, but it was at his sister's birthday. So they marked that as his pop's birthday, you know. Like you said, where are the rules? And there is a principles that was presented. Go ahead.
Well, there was rules, and here's where the rules were, and somehow it got lax. Remember when West Side Connect came, Ice Cube and NWA, the rules was down at the bottom, parental advisory. Yes. That's where it was.
Right.
That's where it was. It was like, oh, wait a minute, hold up. And we had like the New York thing. We had Fresh Show. That's Fresh, Dougie Fresh, all of them. And then remember, you had your battle raps, with your Roxanne Shante coming with the UTFO crew, you know, and then it was like, okay, and it was fun battling. And then you got into, okay, the West Side Connect, and that's where the gangster rap was at, and you had the parental control. Now everybody is into the gangster rap and not really rapping. It's like, you don't want to fight.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You don't even want to fight, and you're saying this, and then, like you said, and I said the name, you ain't said, you want to go and you tell it. People didn't tell.
Rap music makes a lot
and why
of
are
money.
Rappers all sounding the same?
Right, we never did that. Now that was a rule. We never called biting. You had to be original. You know what I'm saying? To come now, you could sound like somebody else, but you would do that over there. You're not going to come on our platform because that person just got down. And those things we should have held on to, because I mean that's just how it really was. It sounds like it's kind of corny, kind of old, but that keeps it whatever it is. But that rap music makes so much money. It's something like the dope game. You will find yourself in dangerous situations. It almost
But
like
why?
because it almost is like a get rich plan. We're dealing with poverty, mind state, moving on to what we used to call hood rich. And we started to see the people who were supposedly selling their albums, making money, coming back to the hood in Cadillacs and all this gold off of a
Selling them
song.
out the trunk of their car.
Off of a song?
Yeah, because I was just thinking.
So that makes everybody want to be involved, right?
Yeah, because if I was the next hottest MC or whatever, and the label, here go the problem. Here go where the problem started. I thought about. The label goes public and says, well, we just gave Remixx 2.5 million for signing with us. There go the problem. You just told the world, and it ain't true. And it is not true. Because I gave you 1.5. We about to go do a video shoot for your 4 songs. I stayed up in the spot, the nice, beautiful 4-bedroom condo for a year. I'm driving a Bentley. I got 7 chains. Then they come tell me when my album come out the day of release, someone said, I owe $207,000. What? Yeah, man, we go over it. Any business plan, like right now, I just did the business plan. I sell strawberry barbecue sauce. I did my numbers today. I'm in the negative, but I done sold about 70 bottles of sauce, but I'm still in the negative. But anything after this is green. So imagine your record deal. So before that you can get to seeing some money, yeah, they're gonna give you some first. But when it comes down to it, well, you stayed at the Ritz, you bought the bar out. The venue here, you broke the table.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? That stuff adds up.
Check.
So really, a record deal is a deal you need to make with yourself and get in your trunk and sell your 200 CDs every month so you can reach your quota. Because other than that, I think we've been doing real good independent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And so that's what they're doing now in the Atlanta music scene. Everything is streaming. You got to have about 10 streams of income, just like you do in reality. So, but it works well with music placement on movies. You know, everybody's here. Hollywood stayed. They were going to leave based on that abortion bill. So if Atlanta voted, but that turned out okay. Everybody's still here. We got Tyler Perry's studio. So the youth are just using the tools to stream, but they just don't have the platforms to pull out who's good. Because if anybody can put their music up, just imagine if I can go in my room and make a song and put it up. Nobody's gonna see if it sounds good. Did you say that? Pronounce that word right? It's real.
Listen, I got to speak from our St. Louis rapper Nelly. I still got a problem with him talking about a manicure on her feet. What song is that? I can't think of it right now. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but
I was like, it's called a pedicure. Like, you don't have nobody in the back to say, just like what Mix was saying, to be like, when you get a manicure on your feet, we call that a pedicure. Okay. What song is it? I can't even think of the song right now, but that it's gonna come to me. But that part is like,
it's the one
every time I can't pronounce, I can't say the line because I'm like, that's not what it is. So you're right. When people will pronouncing words right, like before they go behind the mic, they like, you know, everybody ain't Nas, one mic. You know what I'm saying? It's you have to think about this. But some of these rappers are crackerjack rappers, and you be like, what? Any, meeny, miny, mo, and they're not saying anything. It's like, you got to be kidding me. What's going on?
So yeah, the hip hop culture definitely is a divide from just entertainment, just anybody rapping. Like back when CNN did that documentary or that report on rap, and the way they wanted to mock and make a mockery of rap is they went out on the streets and just asked anybody to rap, and everybody had to rap. So they was trying to size that up, but what they really trying to show is that this is a culture. but we wouldn't catch it. You know, we just looking at people rap, but they were really just trying to report what was really going on. Like, these people this is part of their culture. You know what I mean? This is something that they do, and it's been exploited. So go ahead.
See, I think if people did battle rapping again, then they would make sense. And then you could separate the men from the boys, or the boys from the men, and the girls from the women, like real rappers. Because these people, you know, even we know back in the day, people used to write the lyrics for you, but you had to deliver. You had to be an entertainer. And battle rapping actually showed you who was rapping, and they was rapping about something. You can't go in there and be like, what you got on black and orange, black and orange, black and orange. Here go Morange, Morange, Morange. You know what I mean? Like, come on. You know some of the people, I'm sitting there like, for real? This what we really gonna do?
Yeah. But
and then most of the rap now is repetitive. So it has a good hook.
So,
like
they got hip hop battles though. Now
I'm with the battles.
But it's on the streets like boxing.
It ain't so much.
They make money like, you know, betting on the game. But but my whole point is they're doing that, not at a large scale, but they are, I mean, what's the right word? Savages that are freestyling, battling, and popping.
Okay.
It's like an underworld.
Man, I'm coming down for the underworld then. I'm coming down for some real talent.
Okay. I'm gonna show you some links of them. Like, you can get it on your phone and just watch rap battles all day. So somebody has caught on to that. They are doing that.
See, that's what I'm real talent. I mean, now it's like, okay, you just find, like, you have your Will Smiths, your party music, which is cool to barbecue. You got that type of rapper. You got the, like, Run DMC, they had their own sound. So you knew who Run DMC was. You knew who LL was. You know, I'm still to this day. You know Ice Cube, you know the voice, you know Snoop. They rap differently. Now everybody like, you were like, who is that? And what was it? Dawes Effects.
So who is that?
Dawes Effects, you know, they was doing that speed rap, and it was like, okay, that was their sound. So it was like, okay, this is something new. But when you have people who aren't like, everybody's doing the same exact thing with the same exact sound, it's not cool. We got a listener coming on right now, Deron Murphy. Remember back in the day, the Recreation Crew?
Yes.
Rapping, and we had our local one. What's up, Deron? Okay, I guess you got to get on and get your mute. So once he gets on and you hear us, just go ahead and just jump.
Just unmute it.
Yeah, unmuted. Okay, you connected. I got it. But you had like you when you was rapping. You know what I mean? It made sense.
Right.
It made sense, and you were saying something.
Too much sense. You know what I mean? And so, I don't know. Now, after all of this, I mean, you know, we got to come with solutions. So I just look at it as what great things that have taken place and where we can go with it now.
Well, we got to go with it, but we got to teach the people. What you got to say, Mix?
Remixx? Figured it out.
You haven't figured it out?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
It's like, we got to take what we know and apply pressure to the youth. If we don't, it'd be like all this hip hop knowledge that we know about, and like just gonna go in vain. Like, what's the point if you don't share it? We have to share this information with somebody else.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you got a point there. You definitely have a point as far as like sharing it, because you have some people. Let's think about some of these old rappers where they say that the game is sold, not told, because they actually, you know, had some issues. Right. You know what I mean? We're going through and getting in the industry. So yes, we do have to teach, and somebody got to be like, okay, wait, stop. This is what you need to do, and groom these people. I ain't saying Joe Jackson them, but you know,
right.
Like, what's up, Deron?
How you doing, man?
Hey,
finally got on here.
You see Ryan?
Yeah, I see her. How you doing, girl?
What's up, Deron?
And we got
What's been going on?
Not much.
And we got Remixx in the building.
I had a difficult time getting on. I apologize, ladies. You know, I ain't familiar with the Zoom crap.
That's all right. We live. We live on air, so it's all good.
Oh, okay. What's going on?
No, we just talking about hip hop. How do you feel? Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about the new day music? The new day hip hop.
It's garbage.
So,
it's garbage to me. I'll just be honest with you. I'm strictly old. I'm from that old school era, but it's more commercial. It's not what you call hip hop. It's not about in our time, it's about the lyrics, who had the dopest lyrics and the beats. Nowadays, it's just beats. Lyrics, they don't even be saying nothing. And the ladies do more humiliating themselves than they actually they do more humiliating themselves than actually, putting themselves here to me, They
which brings me to my next point. The female rappers that we were actually privy of, we're talking like since we were talking about Salt and Pepper, Queen Latifah. Y'all know I love MC Light.
She was my favorite there. She had it going on, lyrically.
Intellectual lyricist all day long. But and then we had, as time went on a little bit, you had Lil Kim, you had Foxy Brown. Yeah. Now what's Trina? You had Kim that came, and it was a totally different vibe, because when Lil Kim came, that one pose was everything. It was
iconic.
Yes, it was iconic. But it was like, oh my gosh, she doing what? But now you have Megan Thee Stallion. And I like Cardi B. I do like Cardi B. And I'm gonna tell you why, because she stands out because she has that accent.
Okay.
And so that's a different type, that's a different sound. Megan, like I like the song Body Yaddy Yaddy, but it's the hook I like.
Right. Yeah. The hooks be okay. But
and it's repetitive.
All of it sound the same to me. Everybody want to use that Roger
same writer. The same writers are writing a lot of the material. A lot of these artists don't write. So we have a ghostwriters who don't give the time of day. If you're a ghostwriter, they don't allow you to do your own music because they want you to write for them. So that's what it is. Some of them sounds that we hear a lot of, it's the same writer, believe it or not. But
the music, I'm saying the music, all of it sounds the same. You know how back in the day we had a good time actually sampling and all that. They don't do that. Everything sounds like Roger Troutman's the computer box. All the magicians using that same box, man, and it's just I didn't hear you.
We know that from Roger Troutman, though. We like
Roger been doing that years. Everybody think it's T-Pain, but Roger been using that for years, man. It is what it is. Matter of fact, I think he was actually one of the first artists who started using that, made that popular. And to me, every time I hear that, I think of Roger.
Right, and I do too. Now I want to ask Remixx this question.
How you doing, Remixx?
I'm all right, D. What's up with it, bro?
Just hanging in here, my brother.
Let me get back to the show. Look, y'all can call each other after. I'll be on Facebook. We on live, okay?
Okay.
Remixx, how do you feel about the newer hip hop artists are sampling everything versus making the original beats?
Well, it's the producer, not the hip hop artist. Well,
let me say that.
I mean,
the producers.
It's like this. It's like, because I live with a young producer, and it's technical. Like how we made beats back in the day is far from how they making beats now.
Look at the DJ. I'm used to the vinyls.
I mean, it's one push of a button. He got a whole sequence of sounds went in there.
Exactly.
And it's like, not like I don't understand it, but if it's that easy, why ain't it sounding that good?
Yeah. And you know what, Remixx? I found out something like this, man. I had no idea because my son, he's into the hip hop scene now. Nowadays, you can just go on the internet and purchase a beat.
Yeah.
It's not even, I'm like, what? You can purchase a beat off just by the click of a button? I just found that out. You know, yeah, man. I'm like, wow, that's not really creative. And then the same person, they buying it and they using it, I'm like, to me, that's not creative to me. I mean, it's convenient.
Back to what Mel was saying, a lot has changed. Not to cut you off, D, she's gonna get us, man. A lot has changed, and back to what D was even coming with, how they sound the same and they don't look like they sound.
Yeah.
That becomes the problem with that same producer, with that same writer who writing for 7 different people, 7 different groups, and the music sounds the same now.
Exactly.
Why? Because dude just said,
also that's why
7 beats. He just said I can buy 7 beats for $200. This one dude.
Yep.
I got 7 groups. Right now I'm writing 7 songs for it. I'm gonna save my money. And that's why the music sounds the same.
Yeah.
Back when you said the producer, I mean, so now you don't even have to pay producers anymore.
No.
No.
It's like why have a DJ when you can just push the space bar?
Listen, that's what I said. I'm used to vinyls. So I go up and shout out to Dirty Dave. I was like, wait a minute, what? And he was a young dude over there. I said, I got a problem. And I'm sitting there looking at the computer like I'm not like computer literate, but you know, I'm listening. I want to listen to the next song that I'm about to spill, the next record. Like, okay, I got it. There's like, oh, all you got to do is just type in what you want. Huh? And then I want to charge you $1,000 to DJ your party?
Yeah.
That's crazy when all I got to do is just be like, boom, let me put that in. Let me put all your music in. What if the computer crash? What happens?
It happens. It happens.
Be like, oh, whoops, sorry, the computer crashed. Like, what happens to the party? You got to be able to do it. Ross on the cross. I got to shout him out too. You know what I mean? Real DJs.
One of the dopest.
Yes.
We have one of the first.
The first. So I shout out Omar too. Old Money. Because he came after, you know, the YSU parties. College, when I got to college.
No doubt.
You hear me, Mel?
I didn't hear you, Candy. What did you say?
Rest in peace, Bill Jenkins.
Oh yeah.
Bill passed away?
Yes.
Yeah, you got to call. We don't live. We live right now, Deron. Call them back. Now you know they dating themselves. Look.
Give us some shout outs. Just give us some shout outs to some legends. That's all. Some legends.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm shocked. Well, go ahead, Mel.
But you got skill. You had like talent. Like, when are we going to go back to the actual talent and the skills versus pressing the button? I did notice that with this generation, they make each other rich, which is really, really good, because all they do, they hit like. They like.
I'm going to tell you something, Mel. If we had the technology and the access to video and all that stuff like they had today, Youngstown would have been a powerhouse. We would have been the Sean Puffys, the Notorious Biggs and all that, Death Row, all that stuff. Because back in the day, it was all kinds of groups that came through here. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Well, we know Rain was like one of the first who had the drum machine.
Yeah.
I remember the bass.
One of the first females.
That was the spot. Let me go over there and see what she got. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
I was actually doing what I'm doing now. I was reading the Right On magazines.
Yeah.
What?
Nah, I had Mel dancing. Deron, you know I had Mel dancing.
Oh yeah.
Opening up the concerts, dancing. Yes, I appreciate that. But it's like what's going on? And then even back then with hip hop, and it's a culture and it's a style of clothes. Now they doing like the clothes, you know. Like I said, I'm representing the West Coast. Candy representing the East Coast.
Okay.
We just need bamboo earrings, at least 2 pair. But I
hey, you know what, Mel? I'm gonna tell you something.
Go get them. I got a pair.
I lived on the East Coast, and I loved how the East Coast started out, but I just love them West Coast. That West Coast, man. That West Coast, man. When West Coast came in, they changed the game completely. Because you know.
your mute went on. Unmute yourself.
The reason why.
Oh, wait a minute, 1 second. Go ahead. Finish your thought, Deron.
I said when West Coast came in, they changed the game, man. I mean, it just came like, you know, they went from, like you said, the bamboo earrings, and the West Coast just came out with that funk, and they just changed the game.
They came out
you know?
talking about F the police. We was over there.
They did that. They did that, but I'm telling you, far as the music, they changed the game.
The beats was banging.
They opened all the floodgates when they came out with that, man. I remember, I never forget. I was at when I first got introduced to NWA. I was at a house party at what is his name from the East Side? Oh man!
But go ahead.
But anyway, I was in, and I came on. I heard what was it by NWA, Gangsta. When I heard that, man, it just, my mouth was just like wide open. I was like, man, that's it. That's it. They changed the game, man. I'm telling you. I fell in love with the West Coast.
Did you? Okay. My first bad song, and I'm gonna go to you, Rain, and then you remix. My first bad song that I heard was introduced to me by Tony Tellington. me and my cousin. Listen, me and my cousin Shantae, we I don't know how we ended up walking, but we need a ride. And guess what song he was playing? The line was, "Your bald head B, you need a perm." It was too short. Okay. I was like, what is that? Candy, what was yours? What was the first song you heard that threw you for a loop?
I will say my memory was NWA, but I was loving it. Now check this out real quick. I put the tape in the car with my mother, and for some reason I thought that she would love this. So I put it in push play, and she was listening, you know, and then it started cussing and all this stuff. And what it was for me was the freedom of speech, because we never heard cussing come through.
Yeah, everything was different.
Right. And my mother looked at me like I had lost my mind. But so that bridge gap was, I saw freedom of speech, but all she heard was cussing. So I apologize, Mom. Sorry, Mom. For real.
All right, Remixx,
so
what was yours?
NWA. I'm gonna say NWA. Even
though
what
was yours, Remixx?
It was LL. I'm bad.
That's
man,
LL.
Came on the radio, man. I'm talking about, he came on the radio, and it's like, and I waited because they're gonna play it again. I had my tape. I recorded that mug as soon as it came on.
Wait. Ask the question. Ask the question again.
What rap music or rap group that was bad that you can remember?
Oh, that was bad.
That shocked you. That was young.
That shocked you, yeah.
Oh.
LL?
That's what she said. Ask the question again.
Nah, that's that Milli Vanilli.
What?
Yeah, that messed me up, man.
The Milli Vanilli?
That messed me up.
I think you better relate it. I think you better tell him the question again. I think he misunderstood.
Yeah, I ain't with y'all on that one. See, you using bad. Your narrative for bad ain't the same as my narrative.
See?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The word bad got, Michael Jackson was bad.
Yeah.
Now, which bad you talking about, Mel? Because we don't know over here.
We talking about Shocker.
There you go.
Not Filthy Shocker.
Oh, shock the nuts out of me, that NWA. I wouldn't even allow to listen to that. Yeah.
NWA.
NWA.
I'm telling you, and that gangster did it for me, man. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. I was at Levinsky's. That's whose house party I was at.
Okay.
Levinsky. And I remember he had a garage house party. I heard that. I'm like, who is these cats? But I was loving it though. I ain't gonna lie. I was loving it. Oh, I was loving it. I'm like, man, I gotta change the game now. I'm telling you, they changed the game. You know, because back then it was about, again, like I said, who had the dopest lyrics was like house party. You know, everything was clean cut. I mean, we did our thing, a little cussing, but they opened the floodgates with that gangster, man. I'm telling you, man. I was like, man, I gotta change the game.
You said you had to change the game?
I had to change the game. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm like, no more bubblegum rhymes. This is it.
Right.
Like Candy said, it was freedom of speech. When they let the floodgates open, man. I'm telling you, man.
Right. I mean, I wasn't even paying attention to the fact that they was cussing, but to answer your question was NWA, but still, you know.
Here, come on, gangster, gangster. Yeah,
oh man, I'm telling you. That gangster, man, and from the first bar, Q, here's a little something about a brother like me. Okay.
That opened a lot of doors in your mind.
Man,
when they was
man.
saying whatever they wanted to say. It's like, oh, go get my notebook. Go get my pen.
Freedom of speech.
And I'm gonna tell you something who was before their time that we really didn't know. Public Enemy. They was before their time.
Man, yes.
Bro, they right now got music. They keep releasing it, bro. Go check them out. Google that Public Enemy. Put it in YouTube. Public Enemy 2021. Oh,
man, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. They were before their time.
KRS-One got some new stuff out too. That's
fire,
awesome. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Keeping the same elements, just schooling them, let them know what's going on in the politics. You know, so. You know, overseas, hip hop is still living strong. Over here, we deal with that blockage, the same, you know. But, you know.
Man, you'll like that new Public Enemy, man.
I loved them back in the day.
You got one now it's called Enemy of the State. Oh, man.
That takes the nation of millions to hold us back, man. That was
right.
And you notice when you listen to an album now, you might get one good song. Back in them days, you could jam off the whole album. You get 1-2 good songs at the most. Back in the day, you can listen to the whole album, man. Ride to it, dance to it.
Was nothing more exciting than getting the album, start from the first song, reading the credits. You know what I'm saying? And then you get stuck on number 2, and you on number 2 for a week before you even turn it off.
Right?
Once you find it, move it to it. I'll be on repeat.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
If they ain't enjoying it like that, they don't know what they missing, right? So
exactly.
Hey, but we see our youth, your son, my husband's children, my stepsons, my son. They still taking on this art form. They still love it. So we got to make sure to let them know ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with it at all. Express yourself. Let that stress out. A lot of stuff our young black men go through. Gotta let them do that music. Kept us out of trouble. So I'm excited about that. I know things have changed a lot.
The rap game is full of money.
A few things too, because I used to always be like a pioneer, always way ahead on everything. So I never could understand how I would see the vision of record labels ending, but I never knew how it would take place, you know. So I'm like, how can we bring down these big corporations, you know? And it was just when the internet came and the streaming came, and you know, they started to be exposed their position in the artist's life. You know, when Prince changed his name, all the walks that we went through learning. And when we learned that OJs, who are from Ohio, is one of the only groups that kept their publishing. And that's why they still like an underground R&B, even though the world know them. They kept their publishing, you know what I'm saying? And James Brown, a lot of the artists that we know today kept their publishing. They was a force.
And that's it, keeping their publishing. We're going to talk about that next week. I appreciate you lovely people coming on. And hey, I got this for you, Deron. Just a little bit. we just had to play for those who don't know gangster, all right?
That's real gangster.
Reset with Remixx and Rain every Wednesday. They doing it 6:30 right here. I'm glad on your favorite podcast. Just check them out right behind me. The reset with Rain and Remixx.
You want to join the panel?
You can see us and excuse the vulgarity, but hey, this is what it was.
Hey, exactly.
All right, y'all. This is your show.
Right. It's cool. I love it. But I was just gonna say, if you want to join the panel, hit us up. Hit up Shop Talk with Mel. Best way. What's the email that they can get permission to get on the panel?
ShopTalkwithmel@yahoo.com, or they can contact you guys at yours. What's your email?
Right, Rainmaker Rules, REIGN, Maker Rules @gmail.com. Join the hip hop panel. We're gonna be interviewing a lot of independent, well, I can say independent, but let me say young Black males. I don't know if you ever heard that Tupac song, Young Black Males, but I'm inspired to interview a lot of young rappers, see where they head at with this music, with all this death and shooting, all this illusions that's been set in their path. I'm interested. So I'm excited to be on Shop Talk with Mel. Deron, it's good to see you, family.
Good seeing you too.
Tonight we're gonna continue what we're doing this evening. See y'all next week. See y'all next week.
Hey, congratulations on y'all show too.
Thank you.
Yes. Wait, let me get some sound effects of my cornball self. Hold on. I gotta have some, like, let me get some sound effects going for you lovely people. Yes, in your lab, they've been around for years. Check them out on YouTube. Go ahead, what's your YouTube channel?
YouTube in your lap, spaces, in space, yo space lap. But also in your lap is one word. You can search Rain and Remixx or Rainmaker Entertainment. Just
or the reset with Rain and Remixx. Like I said, on your favorite podcast, anyone, Apple, Spotify, all that. You look, this is the background, okay? So if you question it, and it's him and her. There you go. You see.
Got you. Okay, I see him.
Then that way you ain't got no impersonators, because y'all remember the impersonators from back in the day. But we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah.
Thank you, lovely people. Find you, embrace you. Most importantly, always love you. To reset 6:30 every Wednesday. You got it right here. Peace.
Peace.
Got you.